Alright, we're back, gentlemen. Alright, where are we? And what are we doing? And who are we? What do we want with life? What's our purpose? Why are we here? How did we get here? Well, do we have profit up yet here? This is level 7. I don't want to gather shit. Gather's really bad. Really short in cash again too. We should do a level 3 mission with an antiquarian to get some cash out of this. Alright. And who do we want to run with this? What did we find? Plague Doctor was okay with this. What else? We run some ultra shitty comp. Honestly, Crusaders seem to be about as bad as Lepers to me. Like that, perhaps. Not against that. Could be fine. We're only running level 5 bosses next. We have all the level 3 bosses done, so we just need to keep running the runes. That's fine. Okay. Let's go take a look. Alright, are we treating people or not yet? Alright. Do we have anything reasonable? Oh, we had a level 3 Hellion with not terrible stuff, but not great stuff. What level was this Abomination? Level 1. Okay, let's do it. Let's gear up. We need the vial. No. The vial! And this girl needs speed and healing, and this guy is fine, this guy is fine, and you need... Why the fuck am I using this character? Sad goddamn days. Alright, I guess we're stunning. He needs to go. If he's stunning, he has to go faster. You can't... Oh my god, sad days, sad days. Damage. And damage. We're going to go undead. I don't want to go minus speed. I take Dismas's head. Do have some stress healing. Alright. No, not that head. This head. Alright. What are you doing besides making me sad? Attempting to stun things? No, because then if I do that I can't scout. Let's just scout and get sad about you being here. So we had no stun. Well, we do have some stuns. Alright. Alright, we're here for cash. Let's go get cash.
pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Becoming more manly every time we drink that, I'm sure. So it's lucky. It's lucky for me.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Alright, she can't heal from this position. I forgot how bad that position was for her. Alright, 115. I'm gonna try the pitch black mod. That would be my next playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. Would be the pitch black mod. Damn, this is exactly the fight I want the Leper for. Bleh. Throw up on him. Let him know his boss. Why didn't I bring a stun item here? Can't recall. Sure I had my reasons. I'm sure they were really good too. How do I like the Antiquarian right now? It's a gold farming tool.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Nine? It's a really low roll. We have to feather duster her, this guy too, or he'll kill us. Did I pick up a curio already without that? I meant to be using the Antiquarian for curios. Can't remember if I actually interacted with one or not. We can't really heal through that damage in this comp, so we need that to stop. To cease and desist. Alright, what's he at? 6 and he's at 7, so he's dead this round.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Easy sharpened blades.
For a task well performed.
I think you guys, I think you're running into some kind of bullshit. Arguing that one class is just as good as the others because you have fun with them really isn't a logical argument at all. Some classes are better than other classes. There's some really overpowered classes in Darkest Dungeon. The Houndmaster, for example, is one of the all-around most powerful guys, period. You can like him or not like him, he's still really, really powerful. I don't think that other classes should be balanced around. I don't think the Leper should be ignored because people enjoy him. Okay, he might be enjoyable, but he's not that good. He doesn't do things very well that are important to the game. Alright, what are we doing over here? I think we're going to blind them. I mean, perhaps, I mean, the thing about Coverburn is if he wants to offer comps where that is different, where he believes that they're doing very well, I'm interested to hear that. I think he said double Leper, double Occultist. Well, this is the playthrough. I can try a double Leper, double Occultist group if I want. Now, it strikes me just like thinking about it that I'm missing any sort of stuns there, so I have no control over the fight, because if it's Occultist, Leper, Occultist can only stun from position 2. And Leper can't do anything from position 3. So I need to not be shuffled, so I need perfect scouting. I'm going to have no stuns. I will have damage projection to the back ranks, but it's only from Occultists. So basically I have to kill the stress casters before they do damage and hope they don't stress my guys in the back, because if they stress my Occultists, I have no stress healing to get them out of there. So my suspicion is that doesn't sound very good to me from the get-go, but, you know, who knows? Maybe there's something I'm missing. We made Plague Doctor instead of one occultist. That at least gives some control. That suggests that there's going to be some stunning.
A death by inches. Press this advantage. Give them no
You can
quarter.
pull. Yeah, pulling is worse than doing damage almost every single time. Here's the thing about pulling, right? There's a accuracy check to cast the pull. Then there's a movement check to see if he gets pulled or not. And then there's an accuracy check on the guy who kills that. Not to mention, there's a hidden speed roll that means you have to get that order first. If you get the other order first, you're fucked. Because your guy attacks and then you pull. So there's 4 things that you have to do if you're going to pull a character then attack it. If you just have 2 DPS classes that can reach it, you have an accuracy check and an accuracy check. It's just always worse to do that. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, I can pull things for the Leper, it's just less efficient than not pulling it for the Leper and killing it a different way. I'm arguing with idiots. No, I'm not. I'm not arguing at all. Honestly, like, I'm totally, I mean, this type of debate is actually enjoyable for me. We're talking about the game that I'm playing and enjoying and talking about things that go with it. You know, if people get to the point where they're no longer making points that are valid or no longer making good arguments, yeah, maybe that gets boring. But I'm not there yet. I don't feel like I'm there yet. So. Well, and that's the comparison, right? Like, compare the Hellion to the Leper for killing ranks 3 and 4. Or compare the Bounty Hunter. Or compare the Man-at-Arms. Or compare the Grave Robber. I mean, like, it's just the Leper is not good at killing those ranks. Nice hammers. Just because I'm not enjoying it doesn't mean I'm arguing. I'm not arguing. Okay. I am expressing disbelief in the Leper's good, his power, and expressing why I find him to be weak. I'll agree with that. Bounty Hunter is extremely strong, man. He stuns from so many positions. He's a really good mix of utility and damage, the Bounty Hunter. I don't really care which guy I hit here. Just want the speed buff for next round. Fucking feather that guy to the face. Dude, he's back in. Oh man, I forgot. That's another thing, right? Zombies are like this, and the cultist gladiators are like this, right? They have attacks that move them forward, which means that if you pull targets, this is even worse. This is another reason why the Leper is really terrible, right? Because if you do have a movement-oriented class, and you use the movement-oriented class, and then the opponents go, then your Leper goes, you still get this shit. So if I had a Leper here, if this Crusader was a Leper, even being a Crusader, he's running into the same problem, right? He can only attack rank 1 and rank 2. I move this guy forward, and I still can't get the attack off, because they've now moved back to the position he was in. G fucking G. Am I going to try the Plague Doctor Occultist double Leper comp? Probably. I have the camp. I mean, if I can figure out how to remove the weak requirement in this run, yeah, I'll try all the comps that we want to try. I mean, that's part of this doing this playthrough is checking that out. So, yeah, if the Crusader was a bounty hunter, he could actually absolutely punch position 3.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And I think a lot of the stuff that makes the Leper bad is really exemplified when you play the no light stuff, right? Where the stress is much, much higher, where the enemies hit much, much harder. So like with the plus light stuff, I actually find plus light, you know, people say this game is really hard, and I find plus light and G plus runs kind of easy, honestly. Though the Abomination can project damage to the 3rd rank, there's a huge difference being able to project damage to the 2nd rank versus the 3rd rank. 3rd rank is really, really important. The 3rd rank is where all the stress casters hang out. The Madman, sometimes he does spawn in rank 2, but almost always he's rank 3.
Unforgiving.
Abomination has a Abomination has a lot of stuff going for them, honestly. They're a pretty strong class. The weakest element of the Abomination is they can't combo with the Vestal. I mean, that's the weakest element of the Abomination. Yeah, but the minute you say 3rd rank doesn't have to be 3rd rank, you're rolling on a move resist and another accuracy attack and a speed roll. As soon as you're doing that, it's just worse than being able to attack the 3rd rank. Yes, if someone else moves it for you and succeeds on that move roll, and succeeds on the accuracy to get the move roll, and then succeeds on the speed orientation where they go before the guy who needs to do the attacking, and succeeds on the speed roll where they go before the guy who needs to do the attacking, and the opponents don't reposition in the meantime, then yes, they can do damage to a 3rd rank. Or you could just bring someone who hits the 3rd fucking rank. Yes, Garifa. Pretty much that. Now, it depends on your comp, because you can do other things. You can run classes that are designed... Like, you can run a Crusader as a front rank as a healer, which is kind of what this comp is designed to do. Honestly, this is, again, a rank 3 dungeon. Like, who cares? It's a rank 3 dungeon. It's easy as shit. It's a rank 3 dungeon in highlight. We'll see when we hit the rank 5s what changes. Should I heal a little bit here? No, not yet. I don't tend to like Abominations because Vestals are so fucking good that I kind of like get frustrated at the fact I can't run them. But I had done Abomination groups in the past. Abomination, Jester, Occultist, and Bounty Hunter was a group I've used for a long time. I haven't found many Abominations on this playthrough, but it doesn't mean I'm not willing to try them. I just haven't done it yet. I'm getting a little drunk too, like I don't really care what I'm doing on these at all.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Leper is better than the Abomination overall. No, the Abomination has a stun that can go from rank 3 or 2 and hit rank up to rank 3. It's a pretty high damage stun. It's one of the highest damage stuns in the game, just like the Howlmasters. The Abomination has a self heal that's also a stress heal. The Lepers are split. His self heal is not a stress heal, whereas the Abomination gets both on the same time, so he heals himself for damage and heals himself for stress. The Abomination can transform into a very, very high damage, high speed character. The Leper is quite slow. The Abomination is quite fast. The Abomination's transform ability gives him an ability that lets him do damage to the 3rd rank, which is really, really fucking good. And yeah, I don't know how you could ever argue the Leper is better than the Abomination. The problem is the Leper is the worst class in the game. He's not better than anyone. That's by default what the worst class in the game means. One-shotting the first 2 ranks don't help you. One-shotting the back ranks helps a lot, because the back ranks are all the damaging shit, the stuff that you really care about. Leper feels bad. I agree. Alright, what do we have to burn off, negative quirk-wise?
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Enlightened, calm, God-fearing. We don't care about any of these. Okay, and if you think the Leper is so great because they're a tank class, well, just compare the Abomination to the Leper in position 1. I mean, the Abomination in position 1, he can't attack unless he transforms, but he can use Absolution, which is a self-stress and regular heal. Like, that's just better. It's just straight up better than the Leper in position 1 if you're just worried about absorbing damage. which is not what I think the Leper does. We're using Lepers this playthrough. We're going to try them with a damage debuffing comp with Vestals. I have some plan for them. I just don't think they're very good. I don't agree with that, Winston Churchill. Churchill, I guess.
Destroyed.
And what is the Leper doing that is better than the Abomination? I mean, the Abomination requires a very specific group. It requires a group that takes care of stress. I agree with that 100%. But what does a Leper require? I mean, stress healing in general is actually a good mechanic. Well, I don't know about a good mechanic, but it's something that is useful to your composition in general. And again, like, a lot of this, I don't want to say a lot of this is opinion based, so I don't actually believe that, but you can enjoy the Leper. I'm not saying you can't play that way. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I mean, it depends what your goal is, right? The first couple playthroughs of this game were literally to beat it as efficiently as possible. That's why we played it that way, you know, and that meant leaving the inefficient characters out. We're not doing that this playthrough. This playthrough is the goal is to play with the characters as much as possible. And it's an entirely different type of thing. That's why we're using Lepers. What about making the Antiquarian guard the make the Leper guard her? Why do you want that? Why do you want the Leper guarding anyone? So the character that I want to guard, the Antiquarian, is I want either the plague, the Highwayman or the Man-at-Arms, because I want to trigger riposte. Like, if I am going to be guarding, if I'm going to have one of my characters guarding another one of my characters, what I really want to see is I want to see damage out of that.
Eradicated. Annihilated. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task.
What are we doing? We are looting shit. What are we looting? Am I throwing out holy water? I guess. I should probably camp relatively soon here. And again, I mean, I'm not saying you can't use the Leper. I'm using the Leper this playthrough. I'm deliberately making myself use the Leper despite the fact the Leper fucking sucks. And I'm doing that because I want to play with every class. I want to experience all the classes that are in part of this game. But again, I just feel like they're weaker than other classes. Yeah, it's nice. I love the big numbers that pop out of the Leper too, but they're mostly big numbers on targets that I don't want to see big numbers on. Big numbers I don't care about. Like, yeah, I can do a big number on a tanky frontline combat character that is the last character I want to kill anyways. And that big number generally means I have less time to stress heal because I've killed it first. Because I've done so much damage to the front target that I want to leave up in the first place because I want to stress heal off of it. Oh, I mean, if you're looking at classes that are good in the Darkest Dungeon too, like Leper doesn't even come in at all. I mean, what boss is the Leper useful for? What Darkest Dungeon is a Leper useful for? In Dungeon 4, you need to be able to project damage. I mean, minus well, maybe some of the stages of the boss you could use the Leper in on Darkest Dungeon 4, but probably not most of them. Darkest Dungeon 3, the Leper's useless. Darkest Dungeon 2. Leper is maybe okay, but not great. There's better classes out there. Darkest Dungeon 1, the Leper's shit. We're going to do a little bit of healing here. I don't know that I should be doing that versus Stress School. Honestly, we have enough health. We can probably make this dungeon just finish before we run out of health.
Masterfully executed.
Oh, I should have stunned there. Absolutely should have stunned there. Fuck, that was a mistake. Taking 16. Oh, he'll die. Never mind. He'll die to the dot.
The bigger the beast, the greater.
Yeah, new Highwayman's pretty good. I absolutely agree with that. The riposte is just so strong on him. It makes a point to using Duelist Advance. I mean, I was talking about it. We were talking through it as we were doing our last maybe 2 or 3 missions ago, right? We had 2 rounds. We had the Highwayman who acted twice, and he attacked I think 8 times in those 2 times, or 7 times in those 2 rounds because of riposte, which is crazy. That's so much fucking damage. That's the type of, when you're asking who do you want the Antiquarian to be guarded by, you want to guard a character riposting, because that way you actually get damage out of it. It essentially makes up for her lack of damage by focusing the character that hits back. Alright, almost on this mission. I was kind of hoping... Well, I need to camp.
A moment of respite.
Alright, let's generate our trinket.
To steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Nice. Don't have the trinket. It's a good one too. But it's a good one at the beginning of the game. It's not very good in the later game, honestly. I don't really care about damage buffs here. I just want to generate... And no one's diseased, right? Right. Let's generate. Resupply. Yeah, didn't get very good with those. I don't really want a night fight. Do I have any way to avoid it? No, we don't. Alright, we'll run restring crossbow and... Man, we don't really have a lot else that's useful here.
The light, the promise of safety.
This is an NG plus run, but we're not doing no. If you're interested in checking out, if you're new to the channel and you don't know this, if you're interested in checking out our NG plus no light runs, I have 2 of them up on my YouTube right now, so you're always welcome to go check those out. We've done that. We're doing something different with this playthrough. The goal is actually to play around with classes that we don't normally use, because we found them too weak to be used efficiently in the NG plus stuff. So you can definitely check that out if you want. Alright, I have a feeling we're not going to get any more fights here, so let's grab cash. Oh, I didn't loot with the Antiquarian because I'm getting a bit drunk. I should definitely be doing that. Okay, there is a room battle with Curio over here, so that's good. Do I think the... Oh, I don't know if that was one of the suggestions I ended up making or not, for something I've thought about in the meantime. I absolutely think that if the enemy's composition was a little bit different, if it wasn't always more important to attack rank 3 or rank 4, then yes, of course, lepers would be better. Because if some of the time rank 1 or rank 2 was an important target, well, shit, that would be a really good time to use a leper, because they really do really good damage to rank 1 or rank 2.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
We need a command for the Antiquarian. Well, we should get on that. Kind of late for my moderators. Yeah, we probably do need that. I mean, what would make the Leper more viable as an option in the really hard competitive dungeons? He needs either a stun that can hit rank 3, or he needs a guard ability, or he needs a movement ability. He needs to... I mean, if you get shuffled with the Leper, you lose. If you get fucking... If you have to kill rank 3 or 4, the Leper does nothing. If you need to protect someone, the Leper does nothing. You know, it's just... He needs to be more like other characters that do better things. We're about to get crushed by this guy.
Grievous injury.
He is crit. It sucks.
Fear.
Ah, not that bad stress-wise, honestly. If you make the leper like other classes, he's a waste. He's already a waste. You asked the question I answered was what would make the leper better. If you want to say what would make the leper more interesting, I don't know. I mean, he just got a damage buff. He just got a damage buff. The problem wasn't his damage. His damage was already good. So he's dead now. No, he's not. 5 damage. He's dead now. Nice. Let's stun him. No real reason to do that. I just don't want to do damage. I don't have a heal. Everyone at stress heal? No. Let's stress heal for... Bam! Now we're at 0 stress. We're going to finish this dungeon at 0 stress. Is it locked? It doesn't look locked. Ah, but that is a good one to pick up. Let's pick up that. 25 each, 5 each. Let's pick up that. Locked sarcophagus. Excellent. Let's use the key. Should have doused the light first for maximum excellence.
Must be carried home.
Every filthy Darkest Dungeon stream ends up with conversation about the leper. People seem to love to defend the leper.
Beginning to feel familiar.
He's just bad.